So in this fantastic, gruesome Greek myth, full of hate and death and revenge, there is one voice of reason that says, this hell has to stop. And that is Chrysothemis. And she's the only sort of normal, recognizable human being in the story. She's just a girl. She dreams of what most girls dream of. She wants to find a husband and she wants children. She wants to find something of her own, her freedom. But having grown up in this completely unfunctionable, dysfunctional family, always having to be the diplomat between her family members and having no foundation of safety and trust and support, she has no idea what love is. And her delusions about what love can be for her and how unattainable it is to her, and the isolation of not having any real relationships in her life makes her go mad. Essentially, there are not such a big difference between her and her sister Electra, because they both want the same thing. They want things to go back to how they were. They want their father to be alive again. It's quite a familiar feeling. But Electra wants it through revenge, through murder, and Chrysothemis wants just to ignore what has happened. So in a way, they're just two orphans, deserted orphans, locked in this room together, with very contrasting desires, but still just two sisters that are abandoned. Johannes Erat has a very interesting approach to this, because he thinks of her as less of a supporting role, less of a shadow, I guess. She has her own story from start till ending, and she really goes crazy. She has a huge development from start to finish, and she has a lot of power in her. It's not just desperation and abandonment and this little flame of hope. It's also, she also has some of the same hate as Electra. It just comes out in a different way. It's exhausting having to mediate all these conflicts in the family and to try to make everyone happy. It exhausts her. The rehearsals are going very well. It's so much fun. That's what everyone says, but it is really. Johannes takes everyone very seriously, even the smallest of roles, and he has an overall view of it, an aesthetic idea that I think will be very, very fascinating to watch. This music is some of the most beautiful music there is, even though it confuses you at first, because it's absurd and brutal and sometimes even ugly. It's so human and powerful, and sometimes I feel like I'm listening to rock music because I just want to headbang with it. Maestro Ono is capturing all of these little nuances, all of the different character traits that are portrayed underneath the music and in the melody. And I'm very, very excited to hear it with the orchestra, because that's when all the colors are being realized. And it's my very first time doing it on stage, so that will also be very fascinating. She is a very young and unexperienced and hopeful character, which I can relate to as a artist in the beginning of my career, dreaming of what the future can hold. I hope all of you will come join us for both Electra and Salome next year. This will be magnificent performances with fantastic music, and I really hope we can share it together.